After treating with the drow of Ildaris, the heroes ventured back into the wilds of the hunting grounds, avoiding the strange fogs that they were warned about. They investigated the boathouse near the Caligny refugees' lodge, and sleuthing their way inside with Nirkash's magical door knocker, discovered a strange, hybrid undead creature known as a cursed king. A creature that stood as evidence of how Belcora might have treated betrayal in her ranks. Upon its defeat, the heroes found the treasured polarizing mace, a weapon the earthen dragon had tasked Nirkash in finding, a companion to his grounding spike spear, and when paired appropriately, displays powers of devastating effect. They also discovered a magical token that just might be their way across the vast and eerie hunting grounds lake. However, rather than risk the water, the heroes continued their journey further into the caverns, discovering a path filled with remains and fresh viscera, and the distant sounds of strange popping and clacking.
Monday, 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 come one and come all to the extravaganza that is Stemming the Tide. We have funny bits, sad bits, and even the occasional serious bit. If you like what you hear, stop what you're doing, run out into the street and grab the first friendship creature you find and let them know that they too should be listening to this amazing podcast. Consider dropping us a like, smashing that subscribe button, rate us, write a raving review, and joining the Discord. Do all of them. Do everything you can. And if you love what you hear, scramble over to patreon.com/unchartednorth. Cam out.
So I got to thinking about,
Oh boy.
there's so many creatures in this adventure, and you don't really get to see all of what they can do. Something we talk about a lot on Encounter This for all your creature podcast needs. But sometimes you don't get to experience the full thing, whether that's because I forgot a mechanic or you guys just managed to completely trump it, like that fucking Gonhatine that was in the tiny building. You just like tripped and
Oh,
kept
yeah.
in the doorway and murdered to
That was
death.
peak lump and Nick.
you just don't get to like see the full scope of it. But there's always something kind of hidden behind the scenes. It got me thinking about what sorts of mechanics have you seen with any of your characters or your current characters that you don't always get to get off. Like sometimes you don't quite hit the trigger right or something like that, but you love when it comes through. Or if there's just anything in general in that sort of like realm of options. There's so many cool things, even if they're just like small social skills that they never see the light of day, but you think they're really neat.
So I think I brought this up on like a Patreon only interview about episode 100, but Krugga had a big axe on his back that he never got to use.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't even for like an axe attack. It was just so he could like wield it to push his way through a crowd.
That's right, because you had like the Mauler dedication or something, and you had
Mauler dedication, but for a monk. So he was just kicking the shit out of people, but had this axe on his back. And the entire time there were so many good opportunities, even right up until the end where we had a bunch of like fucking, what were they? Those Hounds of Tyndalos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10 of those that he could have plowed through, but it just never really manifested how I wanted to. And He died with that axe on his back, never having pushed through a crowd.
Just like
Punch
he lived.
dancing his rage out.
I'm still sour about it.
I actually remember when you were building that too, and I was telling you, that that axe is not really for your build, right? And you were like, "No, it's okay. I'm going
Yeah, I
for
was
it."
like, I
anyway."
got this 1
Yeah.
feet. I got this in my pocket.
I remember that. Yeah. James?
It's hard for me to narrow it down. That investigator I built for our last ET suite, like just being able to 1, 2, 3, get off like 2 turns of the investigator. Like, I would love to see somebody who's competent play an investigator because I think it's a really cool class, but I just
cool.
don't have the experience.
Mm-hmm.
For rough, there's I didn't even realize it, but my archetype dedication does a bunch of shit that I've never looked at, so I'm going to start using that.
Oh boy.
Amazing.
Yeah, I assume because the archetype's so powerful, the dedication would just do nothing. But nope, I have 3 choices of what happens when I roll initiative.
Yep.
And I've just never looked at it.
Oh, damn. God damn.
Yep.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Dig
And
into that.
I wish. Yeah, I plan to. Yeah, now that I've seen it. I wish we did more like downtime and exploration stuff. And I know that it's not like in context for this particular adventure, but I would love to have an adventure where we have like a month off where we can retrain feats, use some of those downtime feats, use some of those face activities.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping our next adventure is less of a time crunch. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
That
sure I
makes
can
sense
come
to
up
me.
with 1,000 answers to that question.
We just need like a training build up, like a season of DBZ.
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Just like a week in a hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah. What about you, Scoot? Besides, what do you think is missing, or like you don't get to feature enough with your characters or your roleplay? But besides a variety of character voices.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's that. But if we want to go not quite so on the nose, when I was playing both Aelin as well as Good Sparrow, they both have the cool, like, streetwise, underground network abilities. Just like James was saying that, there's such cool face abilities that you don't use in an AP like this, but would be super exciting to use in a different one going forward or a next one or whatever. So there's some pretty cool ones like that. Also, there was some other shit with Tulok, like when I used his bloodline spells, I also was supposed to receive bonuses to saves and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I didn't use once. So
Well, here's that's a good point, because I remember with Tulok, his tentacular limbs, or as they were sometimes called, tenticular limbs by Scott. Their whole shtick was to give you reach, or at least not much reach, but a little longer reach, so you could use touch spells from a distance.
yes,
But you just never did it that way. You never played him that way.
yes.
So
And
you were almost never gaining the benefit of that bloodline thing because you weren't using the bloodline spells almost ever.
true. And not for no reason, a lot of them didn't really work with undead. And
Yeah, because you did try the touch spell early on and it failed you a few times. I forget.
yeah, there was a bunch of aberrant bloodline stuff that just really didn't fit with the AP. And that's fine. It's just, I made a choice
It's what it is.
and
Yep.
it was not good, like many of my choices. So
Some of it's hard luck, and some of it's I think it's fair to say that because we had a 3-person party for a long time, we didn't have a rounded out enough skill set to get that we felt like we didn't want to invest too many actions into recall knowledge, which is an essential part of this game. So there were probably plenty of times that Tulok had options to spells that were very effective, but you chose not to use them because you didn't know, not because you didn't think they, you probably thought they wouldn't work, but you just didn't know because we weren't arcaying very much for a long time in this adventure. And there's a lot of creatures to arcade.
yeah, and it was also my first time playing a spellcaster, so I think it did pretty fucking good. If you disagree, listeners, suck it.
Spellcasters are hard.
What if I disagree, but I'm part of the podcast?
I'm sure you can also
Deal with you
perform
later.
said verb.
Yep, I can suck it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Respectfully.
What do you love but don't respectfully suck it? What do you think, Cam, is a really cool highlight that doesn't get off all the time, isn't always featured or highlighted, but is really cool?
I really liked. I wanted to cremate undead so hard, like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the
Yeah.
idea of 3-action channeling and just a bunch of zombies catching on fire would have been cool as hell. That's like the biggest one, I guess. Cast down, I actually did get off, and that was pretty sweet. Barrel, haven't had enough time, but I'm really liking her action economy, and it feels like I can use almost all of my actions every turn. And like I can use my reaction, I use all 3 of my actions. Like there's never. Druid is very, very fluid. And I don't know if that's intentional from game design perspective, but it feels really, really nice to just like cast a spell, prepare to aid, use my reaction to aid. And over half of my spells are reactions. There just hasn't been an excuse to use them yet. So you're going to see, I think this fight will probably see some crazy shit start to happen.
What fight?
Oh boy.
What fight?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
do you mean
no,
this
we're
fight?
going to go in there and just pet the giant murder kitty that's been eating Erdifons. And we're going to be bestest friends.
Yeah.
And
Friend of my
No.
friend, you know?
But yeah, I am super excited to see more of the Geomancer dedication play out as well. I don't think I'll get to touch
I'm
everything
interested in
there,
more
but-
of that. Yeah, please make a point to describe when those things are happening with that Geomancer dedication. It's not a shallow dedication, but it's not like OP or anything either. It's really neat. It's really cool. So I want to hear more about that as we go. But you make a good point about like so far you haven't had a chance to use too many of these things because the last enemy you fought was not exactly a massive challenge, which is what kind of part of what inspires this topic is like you didn't really get to see the full scope of this creature, and I kind of customized that creature a bit to have the mace in its hand. In fact, I will show you if I can real quick. I will show you something. I'm going to show you the image, the original image of that creature, because what I showed you is not the actual image. I don't know if you noticed, but this was a custom choice. So that's the original Cursed King. It's got a crocodile head, and it's wielding like a whip-like mechanism in one hand, and a sort of like cane in the other. And I'll just remind you of the one that I photoshopped. Compare those.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
I didn't want to
did all right.
potentially insult somebody at Paizo, but if you did that Photoshop, that's really good, Freeman.
Yeah, no, I did it. Yeah, the only thing that stands out is like you can see that the fish's right hand fins are still across the chest. I should have removed them, but I got lazy.
Yeah. But no, I didn't clock it as a Photoshop. So
if you look really close on the edge of the mace, it's really obvious.
I mean, the original also looks so goofy that I think it's pretty matched for.
You got away with it pretty easily. Yeah. But yeah, this creature, it doesn't have a lot going on. What it did have, which I'm proud to say I didn't completely fuck up, but I did fuck up a little bit. It does have a berserk ability where you roll a flat check every turn, which I didn't do every turn, but I did catch a couple. And if it fails the flat check, it starts really low. It goes berserk, which like means it just like it's immune to mental effects. It hones in on a single creature. It gets a deadly D8 trait to its attacks, but it never happened. I missed a couple turns, and then I succeeded most of those, so it didn't get to be featured. The other thing that didn't get to be featured, but may still, because I forgot that upon death, the killer of said creature, namely Nirkaj, needs to roll a will save. Want to roll one of those for me there, Dunk, real quick?
Not with the way that you're talking about it.
So way off the chess piece, but
Now I got some stinky old fish rod on me. 33.
You're okay. It was a DC 32, and you would have gained the Usurper's Curse. usurping this false cursed king, and would have made you stupefied 1. And then every 24 hours, you would have had to roll again. And if you ever reached stupefied 4, you would have transformed body and mind into the same creature as the king's head.
Turning into a catfish kobold.
Yeah.
I've never gotten sick from bad catfish, and I never will.
And it's similar to the critical failure effect of the cursed metamorphosis spell, which would have been, in time, if it worked out properly, the second character you lost body and mind rather than death. But it didn't.
Honestly, losing him to his head turning into a catfish would kind of be worth it.
Yeah. No, your whole body would have turned into a catfish. You would have become a catfish.
Not even a catfish man?
Not even a catfish man. No, you wouldn't have become the new
that's
cursed
rough.
king.
Okay.
You would not have-
Manfish.
You just too good. So I love little secret things like that. I love behind the scenes stuff. I've said it a million times. I'm dying to do a behind the scenes show, or like, series of episodes or conversations, interviews, what have you. It would be so fun.
A splitting of the tunic.
Yes, a shearing of the tunic. Maybe one day, and certainly hope to put that into at least a production cycle when we finish this adventure. I'd love to talk about step by step what we're doing. But instead of talking about behind the scenes right now, let's get into the current scene of you going down this hallway, this narrow tunnel of blood and guts and bones into that opens up as it snakes along to the north, opens up to a larger cavern that's very, not uniform in shape at all. And you have this strong smell of blood and death and the scent of, the void spillage of the death of an Erdefon that most of you are familiar with. Otherwise, this cavern, as you enter it, opens up and you see some like mushrooms still growing in the back end, and what looks like maybe a crumbled tunnel or passage, and then otherwise it is appears to be quite empty besides the gore.
We'll do a quick perception and then just get the hell out of here before it comes back.
Sure.
24 from Nick.
Ooh, 4 on the die for a 20.
Barrel's a little bit shook up by just the sheer carnage in the room and gets a 20.
I recall Beryl saying something like, I prefer the narrow tunnel, it's kind of cozy. And then you get into the cavern and it's not so, it's the exact opposite of cozy. All of a
there's
sudden.
nothing cozy.
I think
in
Beryl
here.
was talking about the one that wasn't covered in blood and gore and stuff.
Rough?
No, Ruff's staying out. He can only cast light once per day, so he's just not going to go into the cavern just in case it stirs anything.
Okay.
Oh, that means that Harold doesn't go in either because he can't see a single thing.
Harold can't see shit. That's fair. You don't need 8 eyes on the situation.
Hey,
Yeah, that roll was actually a 0.
what do y'all see up there?
It appears to be empty. The predator is not here at the moment.
It looks like it smells terrible.
It just does smell terrible. It doesn't look like it.
Nice.
I just I'm imagining like 2 kobold claws like shoved firmly into your nostrils. It looks like it smells terrible.
Shall we proceed then in going to the west now?
Yeah, just, if it ain't in his den, it's out there. So keep that in mind, y'all.
I will keep it in mind.
Does this count as difficult terrain?
Yeah, I think the passageway. No, yeah. It's you're almost squeezing in. I did say at the entrance it's like shoulder to shoulder. It's not quite that tight. It's you're nearly squeezing it, but not the pathway through and all the blood and viscera. No, it's not difficult terrain. It's spread out enough.
Yeah, the killing field was my concern because walking through this shit would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
Not only on your shoes, but considering Ruff is not wearing shoes because he's a dog. Just tiptoeing his way through.
Yeah, just trying to avoid any of it. Yeah, and as you come back around from this narrow tunnel and back into the tunnel that leads to the north, you hear something like a little.
Does it stink?
Little clatter. God damn it! Hero point.
Wow. Low hanging fruit.
Play it
today,
off
baby.
Doug's joke. That was good. That was good.
Jackfruit.
Roll me a perception check. You hear like a little clattering noise? Clacking noise?
35.
Decidedly not 35.
29.
What's more important than any of the rolls you rolled is that Harold could have and should have I asked for perception. I'm going to roll your 35 over into an esoteric lore because it's really apt for Harold. Because you hear with a 35 perception not just a clack, but a pop and a clack and a pop. And there's a clacking noise and there's a popping noise. And it reminds you very strongly of a creature, a monster, well known as a Gogateth.
Ooh.
A slavering nightmare of teeth and eyes and spidery limbs. And I don't know if you've ever encountered one. I doubt it.
Roll luck.
But damn. Damn does the idea of it make you very unnerved.
What do you want for a roll to see if I've seen one?
Yeah, you can roll me. You have monster hunting lore?
No.
Or you don't? I thought someone did.
We talked about that as part of my build and then didn't do it. Because it was too close to esoteric lore.
Yeah. You roll me an occultism.
You all want me to roll luck to see if I just have seen one or no?
Like a flat check. No,
30 occultism. What's up, baby?
Meat to beat. You've heard enough stories. It's such a distinct pattern of like clacks and pops. Maybe not pattern, but a combination. And yeah, like your blood runs cold a bit. This creature is horrifying, and you know that the clacking is like from its like jaws and its mandibles, I guess, but the popping is from the movement of its limbs. The joints are constantly popping. And yeah, popping and clacking as it moves all about. Yeah, these are just like very vicious aberrations. They sort of emit a high-pitched whistling sound that will echo through caverns. You haven't heard that yet. You would imagine it's when it's startled. And yeah, you know that they have very alien anatomies, and they are not to be trifled with, and certainly not to be reasoned with.
So Harold just kind of like, hold up. And he gently lowers Ruff to the ground as he had picked him up by the scruff to lift him over a certainly larger pile of viscera. I hear something. I hear something in front of us. It reminds me of this creature that I've heard about. A shmaffernaff. What was it again?
Gogateth.
A Gogateth.
Almost had it.
It is a wildly disgusting aberration of a creature. I suggest we tread very lightly and watch out.
Can we do a recall knowledge on that now that we know, or did we get everything from Harold's?
Yeah, any mechanical things?
Yeah, I'll give you its lowest save as will. I'll tell you that much. But I'm not going to give you much more just because it is technically a common creature, but hives of them are like in the lowest reaches of the Darklands. So it's like, yeah, you've heard rumors upon rumors and stories upon stories from your fellow monster hunters or what have you. But yeah, seeing one, I'm gonna go ahead and rule that it's not commonplace. It actually seems strange that it's here as well.
This one dark elf hunter I knew told me about this thing. It might all been tall tales. High tails? That's what I was going to say. Tall tales. So I don't know much about it, but I know that we should be careful.
Should we take a different route?
I'll give you a little bit more, just because you've rolled that 30. You've heard stories of it being resistant to poison, but mostly the stories talk about, like, that's something you've clocked as a monster hunter. But mostly you've heard stories about how, usually these creatures they go so unseen because they just suddenly grab someone and that person is gone, and you just hear the distant popping and clacking. They're have this this sort of sense of kidnapping to them.
My friend Kelling, the dark elf, said it was much like the boogeyman. It'd come out of nowhere and snatch you up. So,
Horrifying.
I think we should be very careful.
So we go back.
I mean, if we're trying to get to the far end of the lake here, it's either go back to the Erdefon, or we try to take this creature down.
You are the expert.
Did my buddy perhaps tell me, what level this monster was?
Oh, I Cam on the meta level, knowing what you rolled to identify it, is spooked. But I don't know if Freeman wants to give the information.
Your friend told you it's not something. When you knew your friend, you were cautioned to never engage should you have come across one. But that was when you knew your friend, before you came back here and before you've leveled up while being here.
It's gonna be risky business. And I haven't seen my buddy in a long time, and he might just got snatched up by one of them too. He said, hide your children, hide your wives, hide your adventure party in two.
Well, having no children or wives, maybe we should just try to avoid this thing as much as possible.
All right.
That you know of.
I mean, Cam wants to fight it, but this seems like a...
Of course.
Yeah. I want to know what it does. The fact that it can carry people off.
I'd be okay with fighting it, but I'd also like to not fight it if we can, not fight it.
How about we save right now?
Yeah, we'll just save.
If we die, we'll just come back.
Just
here.
quick save. Everyone hit F5 on their keyboards.
Is there a fire we could set out? Okay, let's vote. Meta. Let's go meta.
How tall are the ceilings in here, Freeman?
How much is that going to affect your vote?
This matters.
No,
this
is
is
fine. I know it does.
700 feet.
And do we know if this creature's large, gargantuan, medium?
600 feet tall.
Large.
Okay.
It is large, and ceiling heights vary widely within this level. Large caverns are 40 feet high. Smaller caverns are 20 feet high. And then inside structures is usually about 12 feet high. So we'll say that this particular tunnel you're in is not quite a cavern. We'll call it 10 feet high.
20? Okay.
No, 10.
Oh, okay.
It's actually fairly low ceiling.
Okay.
It's still going to block this hallway because it's a large creature.
Yeah, it's going to cover. It's not going to cover the whole hallway, but it's wide enough. Yeah. If I put you all in a group together, that's how big it is.
I'm down to do the vote.
GM, may I?
You may.
When we were by the Erdefon, was the ledge big enough to shimmy around that side of the lake, or nah?
It would be extremely precarious if you did. You might remember that the creatures that came from behind you when you had that fight were invisible when they showed up. So they may have been hiding that whole time in the mushrooms and whatnot. Or they may have shimmied over.
All right.
If you're talking about like this spot here,
Yeah.
yeah, very treacherous.
All right. Now, it's dangerous, y'all. We could take the boat over, but then maybe we gotta fight this thing to get back. We could shimmy over. We might fall in the lake or have to fight Erdefan. So I say, right here, right now, real quietly like, we gotta vote. I say we go for it.
I'm very glad Clark is not here right now. Yeah.
What?
Because he would always go, huh? Very loud. And
Very loudly.
Because you fucking hate that guy or what?
no, because James would always go, huh?
Yep.
But yeah, no, I vote we fight this thing. Barrel's a dwarf, not exactly super dexterous, doesn't want to try to shimmy. Just seems like a bad time. I would prefer to have my feet on solid ground. So I vote we face this Gogateth.
That's 2 going forward.
Nick, though he has shoulders built for shimmying, reluctantly agrees with Beryl. And he's also down for just stabbing something. I guess if there's a fight to be had, we should make sure this thing won't come at their backs. So I'll stand with you.
Is our ambition to fight this thing or to sneak past it?
If we can sneak past, great, but I imagine it's going to be looking for us.
Prepare for a conflict, but avoid it if we can, I think is the modus operandi.
I mean,
Is that Sackroth?
I'm not exactly excited to leave this creature at our back. If we could buff up and go straight at it, might be better. But I'm with y'all. Let's just see what happens going forward.
Oh, I can help with the protection magics, the boosting of abilities magic. This is something that I can help with. Beryl will turn and may I touch you, Ruff?
What is your game plan here? Because if we're gonna try and stealth, I'm not sure buffing up is the best idea.
Well, it does have a 10-minute. You're getting heroism right now.
Okay.
If we think, I mean, this thing is close enough to be heard, right? Like, so chances are it's around the corner, close enough. Freeman, is that a good estimation?
No, not quite, because it is Harold who caught the popping and clacking with a 35, so it's quite distant, but it is like kind of, it seems to be echoing after the or across the cavern there.
Harold will try to listen and using a 35 survival check determine how far away he thinks this creature might be.
I mean, you can't tell the distance really in a winding cavern, but you would guess that if you stepped back a little bit and did some preparation, you could get away with it. Such as like having to yell the incantation of a spell.
Maybe we take a step back and prepare, because we don't know if we're gonna be able to sneak by it. It better be better to be all buffed up before we got there.
You keep saying this word buffed, and I like it. I like it a lot. Is that the parlance from where you're from?
He always
Yeah, you
flexes when he says it too.
Step away and get ripped.
Ripped. What is this? This sounds bad. From a medical perspective, ripped does not sound good.
Yeah, shredded.
This isn't sounding any better, Harold. I trust you as a hunter. Like a beast of burden?
Oh, a beast, all right.
Oh, I see. So very strong. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, there is a certain amount of just like, on the meta, I can cast Heroism and Haste on Ruff, so the fast boy can go fast and do Magus things. I also have Fly and Enlarge, so we can make Nick fucking huge too. Like, I have a bunch of stuff that I'm willing to expend on this endeavor.
How long do they all last for, though?
Heroism 10 minutes, enlarge 5 minutes, haste would be 1 minute, and fly is 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Excuse me. So
The 10 minutes and 5 minutes seem reasonable to me as you're trying to, if you're going to try to
yeah,
sneak
the haste
past.
would be my first round.
Haste doesn't make a lot of sense if you're trying to, for time wise, and large is not a great idea if you're trying to sneak past.
No. These are just I'm putting some
yeah.
options on the table so that the party can
For
make
sure.
a better informed decision.
Yeah.
And I think casting heroism on rough and fly on somebody is a good idea because those last for 5 minutes. And it also means that somebody that might be more loud might be able to be more quiet because they're not touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're casting spells, we're pretty much going to let this thing know we're here.
Yes.
Well, that's the whole point of going back and casting them and then going in, is to hope that you don't.
I don't care which tactic we take, but I think we need to decide if we're going to head on or try and sneak past. And I don't. Ruff is going to follow Harold's lead, so whatever Harold votes, because he seems to be the expert in this particular situation.
Yeah. Follow the expert.
The master.
Scott wants to fight, but
What does Harold want?
Scott also doesn't want someone, including himself's character, to die. Scott's a little gun shy.
The point is, we're spinning the wheel a bit here. We're hamster on an endless wheel right now.
Yes.
I don't think that we can
make a
sneak past
decision.
this Apex Darklands Predator. Like, by all
No,
means, I don't think we can sneak past it. I think it's best to just go in ready and blast the shit out of it.
Right, but is that what Cam thinks, or is that what
point.
Beryl thinks?
Beryl does not have enough experience with this, and Beryl would just look over at Scott. Oh, sorry, Harold.
All right.
Who has claimed to have spent lots of times underground.
This is my preferred terrain, mechanically. I think that we need to get past this creature to get to where we want to go and find out the information that's going to get us to the lens. Unfortunately, this is a deadly situation. Y'all been in deadly situations before. We just need to make sure that we are as prepared as possible and head in there and take this thing straight on, and take it down.
I would like to add that if someone, any member of the party, calls for a retreat, we immediately fall back.
Beryl
Yes.
just nods.
Okay?
And Beryl will begin to cast heroism on Rupp. May the strength of your ancestors preserve you and give you strength in these trying times. And they just like pat him on the head.
You want to be... Would you like to be big, Nick? Huge, even.
You know what? I would like to be big.
Dying to be huge.
Are we all?
I already am.
Talk about buff.
Oh, I understand the idiom now. Thank you.
What'd you call me?
I'll show you ripped later.
Just because Dunk's the only one missing one, you can have a hero point.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for the pity point.
Heroism enlarge gets cast real quick. Anything else real quick?
As this is going on, Harold is just kind of taking a moment to himself because he doesn't really have anything he can do before the combat. But he has his amulet in his hand, worn portrait of a woman on it, and is just kind of rubbing his hand over this amulet and just preparing himself for yet another creature, yet another monster, and yet another deadly encounter.
And Beryl will go ahead, put away the light hammer, and pull out a wand.
Ruff also draws a wand and prepares to cast mirror image on himself as they get closer, but I don't know if Freeman's going to let us do that. So,
I mean, no, you're prepping now. You're prepping now, or you're not
yeah,
prepping.
that's what I figured.
Let's not get carried away here. We got to keep balance in mind. Time's literally ticking now.
Saying a quick prayer under his breath to Skode, the hunter, we move into another hunt.
Put yourselves in a marching order and get going.
Oh, I forget how fun it is to navigate with a large creature.
Huge creature in this case. The further down the tunnel you go, the more you can hear this clicking and clacking. And it becomes a rather barren tunnel. You see some mushrooms along the way, but then it sort of opens up a bit to just stone. Just stone. And those who can see far ahead, such as Beryl, you can see that the tunnel forks down to the south, but then also continues through to the west. To the west, there seems to be this strange blackness, like a patch of black on the cave floor. But as it leans around the south, and you all travel through, in fact, Nick has to start squeezing through.
Yep, I do want to point out that Nick has the quick squeeze feat.
Oh, yeah, okay. Which
it's not going to be a huge deal here, but it allows him to squeeze 5 feet per round, which is faster than normal.
Okay. Sorry, you get to squeeze at full speed? That's what it is? Okay, yeah, squeeze rules is like, yeah, you got to roll double check that for me while you're at it. But the huge Nick is taking up the rear, and you guys are kind of moving forward and coming around this corner.
Oh, you only have to use the action, sorry, for exceptionally tight spaces. Normally it will just be difficult terrain.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But if I do have to use it, it will be a check.
I'm going to say this space right here, like that right there, you're going to have to use it because you're really large right now.
So svelte.
Yeah. So you come around the bend in this tunnel, and who's at the front?
Rough.
Bale or Rough, yeah.
And Harold was up there too.
Okay, get yourselves into a marching order that's proper, and you come around the corner, and you can see the popping and the clacking. It gets louder and louder, and you see a creature, some sort of spindly, spidery-legged creature, bent over with its sort of back to you. It seems to be munching down on something and preoccupied against like a wall. And you look a bit closer, maybe it's a door to the south, none of you are avoiding notice. You're marched in, ready to go. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Rough's got light on.
Okay. So as you march in, the light spills around the corner and casts upon this creature, and it stops like suddenly. This sort of horror movie jerking, like, and as it notices something behind it, and it does that classic slow turn towards you, and it looks a little something like this.
Ew.
Ooh, boy.
Yummy.
Very difficult to describe, to be honest. Those legs are very
It's the worst art
spider-like.
you've ever shown us.
It is horrifying. It is effectively a weird, lithe, long, skinny. It can't even be called a spider body. It's too scrawny to be a spider body, but it is covered in eyes all along its back, and at its front is like different, not heads, but mouths, but that are separate from each other. They're all like, some of them are extended out like the inner mouth of a fucking xenomorph. And like they all just have like chomping teeth, and you can see its claw, one of its legs is like got a little pincer on the end, and it's just been tearing flesh and sinew apart. And with between its teeth and its pincer. And yeah, it turns on you real quick, and we are going to roll initiative real quick as well.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Fuck. Yeah, it looks like some kind of like horrific Salvador Dali or Hieronymus Bosch painting.
For real, though.
It's got like mosquito legs with like a dragonfly body, but with way too many eyes.
It's messed up.
It's
It
not
is one of
right.
the coolest pieces of art I've ever seen, and it's terrifying.
Oof.
I'm gonna have nightmares. No joke.
All right, let's go in alphabetical order. Beryl, what'd you get?
22.
Harold, what'd you get?
Oh,
Shaky.
2 on the die for an 18, unless it's an aberration, then 19. Yuck.
It is indeed an aberration. 19 doesn't count right now, though. Nick?
32.
And Ruff?
Sorry, math is hard. Ruff is using his chrono skimmer dedication to destabilize himself for initiative.
Say what now?
Which means he needs to make a DC 11 flat check, which he did successfully with a 20.
Okay.
Means my initiative is 19 plus my initiative modifier, which is 33.
Whoa.
Oh my God, why have you not been using that?
Because I'm an idiot.
I resemble that statement.
Was it? You say it's 23?
33.
33. I was saying 33 sounds that sounds more accurate. Okay. And let me roll for the Gogateth. Okay. Top of the order is Ruff, who just chrono skimmed time to get to the head of the initiative. What do you do?
He's gonna use that wand of fireball 3rd level.
Okay.
2 actions. Yeah, centered right on the creature.
Drop me a radius. There you go. Yep. Okay. Reflex
So
save.
if I get a reflex save, please.
37.
Oof.
That is, I'm sure that's a success. Let me double check. That's
actually
not a crit.
It is
a
a
crit.
crit.
It is a
success,
critical
yeah.
success. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's nothing then.
You come around the corner, ready to just like boom, and this thing just like it just like leaps to the side as the most of the explosion ends up closer to the cavern wall, and you hear that high pitched whistling sound that Harold warned you about. It just echoes off the cavern amongst the explosion sound. You have one more action.
Oh no. Mechanical question.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Okay. So I think I'm doing this right, but I want a ruling from you, Freeman.
Yep.
When you're using a wand, you're using the ability cast a spell, which means I can technically slide into Arcane Cascade with my 3rd
I
action.
was literally just thinking that you are using an activation of a magic weapon as well, I think, though. But you are technically using the cast a spell activity. Is that you're sure about that?
Under wand, it specifically says activate cast a spell, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. Yep. That's it.
Affect
done.
you cast
Easy.
a spell. Okay. So
Yeah,
third
I think that
action,
makes
he'll
sense
slide in.
because if it's not on your spell list, you have to like do something else to do it. So if it's on your spell list, you are just casting a spell. You're just using a different resource than your own spell slots. So yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make a ruling before I just went ahead, and he will
Yep.
slip into Arcane Cascade with force damage.
Amazing. That's so good. Not a great result to start, but Arcane Cascade out of the gate is awesome.
Because you cast a fire spell, isn't it fire though?
I don't think it has to be.
You have the choice, don't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think you have the choice.
I'll double check.
Yeah. Double check.
If
Arcane
your most recent spell
Cascade.
before entering the stance was one that can deal damage, the damage from the stance is instead the same type the spell would deal.
Oh, instead. Okay, so it has to be fire.
Fire it is.
Fire it is. Because you can enter Arcane Cascade using a non-damaging spell, in which case it would automatically be force. I think is the idea. Okay, that's Ruff's turn. Nick, you're up.
Okay. I guess he's gonna take a sudden charge in.
Okay. Bear in mind that you have an extended 10-foot reach right now from being enlarged.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you have
right,
20
right.
feet of
Okay,
reach.
Your
so
reach
20
increases
feet
by
range.
10 feet.
Okay, so
Um,
actually he's just gonna take a stride to be within reach.
Yeah. And you already have reach with your weapon as well.
Yeah,
so
you could be a square back
effectively have
if you want.
You effectively have a 15-foot reach right now.
Oh, do I can sit on this bit of wall, kind of.
Yeah, that should be fine.
He's top. Perfect. Okay, because yeah, I want to keep as much distance here as possible. Being big, he is still scared.
Yeah.
And taking a nice distance stab with a 31 to hit.
31 will hit.
21 damage.
Okay. 21.
16 piercing, 5 sonic.
Yep.
And a second attack with a map -5, 28.
That's a miss. I love it. It's just like Ruff comes in, wand of fireball, boom, this thing dodges it away, enters Arcane Cascade, and then just like doom, 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 and this big spear comes flying through. It is now the Gogateth's turn, who is like jarred by everything that's happened, but this thing is vicious. And let me just check its intelligence score. It's not as low as you think it is.
3.
And it is going to... Okay, let's see here. It is going to stride right on up into all of your goodies. And yes, it will trigger an attack of opportunity.
24.
That's a miss. It will then strike out at 2 of the smaller creatures, not the huge one. Let's see who it's going to be. It's either going to be Nick Ruff or Harold. It's going to be Harold. With its vicious jaws. That's a 36 to hit.
Yeah, not a crit.
Okay. Not a crit. That's 38 piercing damage. And then it is going to improved grab. So I'm going to go ahead and roll an athletics check here. It's a 35 against your Fortitude DC.
It doesn't have the manipulate trait, does it?
Sure doesn't.
Yes, not a crit.
Okay, not a crit. Okay, good. You are grabbed. And then it will quickly constrict you. Roll me a Fortitude save again.
28.
That's a fail. So this thing barges in. A big slow spear comes from Nick and misses. This thing just like launches one of its legs out at Harold with a pincer on the end, smashes into him, and then just picks him up a little bit and just gives him a squeeze. You're going to take 20 more bludgeoning damage as it squeezes you.
Yikes.
Beryl, you're up.
Beryl is going to use the wand and give Ruff haste. With the last free action, we'll go ahead and drop the wand. And then we'll prepare to aid Ruff with a spell attack roll.
So haste to Ruff, you said?
Yep.
Okay. And then aiding Ruff. Harold, you are suddenly jabbed and grabbed. What do you do?
Okay, Harold is going to exploit vulnerability on this creature. So that is a success. And I see
31.
it has no weakness. So we're going to personal antithesis.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, you do need to make a DC 5 flat check for the manipulate trait on exploit weak.
Yeah, on the exploit vulnerability. Good call.
15.
Okay, you good?
Harold will switch to the mirror and then will put a second version of himself in flanking with Ruff.
Okay. Classic.
Using the mirror's reflection, glinting the stone, and then will strike out at this creature.
From the south, flanking. Yep.
And that is a 30 to hit its off guard.
Flanking that hits.
Yeah, baby. That is going to be 20 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's me.
Very good. And the herald that's grabbed disappears?
Not yet.
Or no. No, it doesn't
No.
yet. Oh, it doesn't yet. Oh, okay. Not until you move, is that right?
Move, or it's my next turn.
Or it's your next turn, okay. Rough. What do you got?
Or take the first point of damage. Sorry. So it can get one attack on that creature. On that. Me.
Okay, if you take damage, you disappear.
Yep.
Or the one who takes damage stays. Sorry.
No, I get to pick which one.
Oh, you get to pick. Damn. That's crazy. Okay, Ruff, what do you got?
First action, sure strike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bearing in mind, real quick, this was changed very recently in a big errata. You don't get to use this multiple times per combat anymore.
Yeah, I only prepare it once for that exact reason because I never thought it was particularly interesting to spam it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Second and third action, distracting spell strike.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
First is a feint.
Yep.
So that's an 18 against your perception DC.
That I'm pretty sure is a failure. Yep.
Okay, it's not a critical fail.
No.
Okay. And then he will spell strike with his big guns. Let's do Shocking Grasp. First one's a 34.
Yeah, baby.
Second one's a 23. So 34 to hit.
34 hits, yep.
That is 11 points slashing, 2 points fire.
Mm-hmm. For the Arcane Cascade.
44 points of electricity.
Ooh, yep.
Ooh, baby.
Awesome.
And fourth and final action, he will just strike out, because it's got to be a striker's stride. That's a 33 with a map -5.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, Ruff's a beast. I
Fuck
love
yeah.
it.
Rough fucks.
That's 14 points slashing, 2
Yeah.
points fire.
Cool. Awesome.
Hell of a
Wicked.
turn, baby.
Yeah. All right, Nick.
Thanks. Appreciate
This thing is squeezed in between your large self and all your comrades. What do you do?
Okay, big ol' Nick's gonna come in with a 2-action intimidating strike. 34
it. Got him.
Yep.
for 20 damage and
20
frightened
damage
1.
and frightened 1. Thank you.
If this is the kind of thing that can feel fear, and it can. Oh, good.
Oh, let me just double check that. Yeah, I can.
Sorry to interject. Ruff's first action would have been to free action drop the wand of fireball.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Sorry, just had to get that out there.
Yep.
Arcane Cascade, distracting spell strike, etc., etc. It all needs one free hand.
Same thing.
Done, done, done. Yep.
My aid failed, so.
Oh, I forgot you were reading.
Okay, and so for free action, he's going to change his grip on the grounding spike and attempt a trip.
Okay.
So an athletics against your reflex.
Okay. At a -5.
Yeah, it's 22. Not very good.
No.
Oh, well. And that's a turn.
You have one more action? No?
2-action intimidating strike.
Oh, Intimidate Strike. Thank you. Okay, cool. That brings us back to the Gogateth, who is going to gleefully use Skittering Assault. Which is to say that it suddenly strikes out with a random limb towards Nick. Lag attack, 31 to hit.
That hits.
I'm gonna pop in here real quick, and as this happened, the herald to the south pulls up the amulet and forcefully holds it towards the creature, and uses amulet's abeyance. And so, you or a target ally within 15 feet gain resistance to all damage against triggering attack. It's 2 plus my level, so 11 points of damage resistance for Nick.
Wicked. Thaumaturge is cool. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so you're going to take 9 damage instead of 20.
Seems really hard to play.
And then a lag is going to fly out towards Ruff as well for a 36 to hit.
Hit.
That's going to be 20 damage. And
What kind of damage? Just
it's
physical?
piercing.
Got it.
These spindly legs are like jabbing into you, and you notice that it's doing this as it's producing some forward momentum, and it's going to instinctively react to the thing that's behind it, which is Harold. So it's going to toss a leg out there as well, which is a 37 to hit.
That is a crit.
Harold to the south. That is a crit. Yeah, it is a crit. Okay. Boom. 56 piercing damage.
Ooh, Harold is unconscious and dying.
No way.
You hit for so much. What do you mean, no way?
Oh, shit.
No, hold on. Do you get to choose then?
Yes. I mean, yes?
He
That's
takes the
a
damage,
real
but he still
question.
gets to choose which one it, like, his body stops at, I think. Hang on, I'll go look.
Yeah, let's look it up real quick, because it might be very important here.
The effect also ends when you fall unconscious, at which point you decide which version is truly you.
Okay, which
And-
one do you choose as you?
Not the one he's holding, you son of a bitch.
What do you mean?
I've played this game before, and I don't like it.
Okay, and this thing smashes Harold. Harold goes getting down for the count, and this thing starts to skitter forward through the tunnel, and also throws a leg out at Barrel for a 23 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, miss. And so this thing is just on the skittering assault, where it is striding. So reactive strikes are appropriate here.
So it's a 30 on the reactive strike.
It's going to be a hit whilst frightened.
Ha ha ha. 25.
Okay.
37.
37 is a hit.
16 slashing, 2 fire.
Okay. 18 damage. And this thing is like starts sending legs out in every direction and bam, 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 and starts running. But then Harold disappears from its grasp, but it just continues running. And by running, I mean it moves 3 times for 2 actions at 40 foot per action.
Wait, what?
It just barrels down the hallway. Gone.
Do you mind reading that ability out loud or no?
It's called Skittering Assault. You stride 3 times for 2 actions, once per stride. You can attempt a leg strike against a creature in its reach any point without the map lining going up. If one of the strikes is a critical failure at any point, the Skittering Assault ends.
So it could move 40 feet at the end, but each strike has to be between. So it can't move 120 feet after doing that.
How do you mean?
It can stride up to 3 times, but each time you stride, you have to make a strike. So you can't just stay there and make 3 strikes.
Stride. Oh, I see.
I was like, that's
okay,
fucking crazy to be able to run 100.
I can bring it back and let you fight it some more, or you can just let me have it run away.
No, it's fine. I'm just I am totally okay with just like, all right, we beat the shit out of it. It'll probably leave us alone for now. Like, I'm okay with it. I was like, that ability is insane to be able to hit somebody 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, haha, I'm out 120 feet away. Like that is
no fair. Yeah.
No.
The fact that it was all so cooped up. I was just. My order of operations were definitely
you're good. You're good.
Guiding my hand there.
There's no sweat. I was just like,
but yeah, you smash as it's running away, and then it realizes that Harold is like gone out of its grasp, and then you just hear that again, that high pitched whistling like screech, and it just continues to run away. And I mean, you can chase it. Does anyone want to chase it? Harold's down.
What'd it look like?
no, I'm not chasing it. Most animals, if you beat the shit out of them, they're not going to be like, you know what, I'm coming back for you later. Like,
yeah.
I'm okay with just letting this one go, and Barrel will rush over and just stabilize Harold.
Okay. So yeah, you rush over, you stabilize Harold, and I'll tell you right now, that mirror image thing, that mirror effect, holy shit. You might have gone down, but that saved your fucking life. By a long shot.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, really crazy. But also it also got you hit at extra time when you didn't have to, which is weird. But yeah, so you run over, you start helping Harold, and there's like this like strange moment, you know, like after combat. I'm sure there's always like that sort of like a couple of heartbeats of, okay, what just happened? What do we do? What is everyone else doing? Do I chase it? Do I not? And you see Barrel run over to Harold to kind of like aid right away. And Nick, you perhaps turn your eyes a bit around to like look at your flank and stuff, and you see to your south there are massive double doors that appear to be made of black and green stone.
Massive even to him.
Well, maybe not to you, but to your tiny, tiny cobalt eyes. And there's an oxidized bronze lock with a keyhole in it, but there are no handles.
To his west, is there much going on with this big hole in the ground?
No, it's not a hole in the ground. It's a large black patch on the cavern floor. It might seem like a hole, like a weird angle, But then if you get any closer to it, you realize it's on the floor. It's just a big black patch that's like gooey. It's black goo.
You want some kind of goo identification check?
Do I?
It's Arcana, I think, right?
You can roll me an occultism if you like.
13.
Yeah, nope. It's black goo, which bodes ill will to you in the deepest reaches of the dark lands you've ever been. But
This is not where I wanted to find black goo.
It is within Spear's reach while you're huge if you want to poke it.
Having had a lot of fun with oozes before in this game, I'm not sure I do.
To be honest, though, you've not had that much trouble with oozes in this game.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna poke that shit.
What?
You
Shut
players,
the door on one and walked away.
Yeah, you shut the door on one and walked away, and then the other ones, the ochre jellies, you eviscerated. I think you split one, and then you destroyed them all. It's been fine.
Fair enough.
While that's happening, Ruff will go back kind of the way they came and act as a sentry in that that narrow portion, just with his light out, eyes open, taking the scout action just in case the thing does decide to come back while barrel's healing.
Mm-hmm. Kate, how many minutes does that take for you to heal everyone up there, Barrel? I saw you rolling a bunch.
So since everybody has a pearly white, I think it was only actually like 30 minutes, but I rolled like 5 times, so I don't know if you want to.
Cool.
Yeah, the buffs are gone is all you need to know.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that was automated. I just fast forwarded the clock an hour because I hadn't done it at all this the last couple sessions, and it just took all the buffs off. That's the first time that's ever happened. That's cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Even played like a little shrinky animation of Nick going small.
Yeah, which happened towards the black goo instead of away.
Harold pops up. Oh, hells. And he looks around. Everyone else seems relatively unscathed. Did we get it?
Well, it didn't get you.
Yeah, it escaped. We prioritized picking you up, as it were.
I appreciate that.
How does Barrel feel about like seeing Harold like suddenly become 2 people and then like only one and like almost die but also save them himself?
Barrel is definitely
but
Barrel definitely has seen some shit in her time, but has definitely like never seen somebody just use a piece of polished obsidian to move themselves. Like mirror image, she's seen that. She understands that, but like being able to strike from that different thing is a little bit confusing. But patching Harold up would definitely. How are you able to be in 2 places at once? This seems like a very useful skill.
Yeah, it's come in handy many times in my life, Barrow. It's, the stone I have here. It's, an esoteric item I have blessed by my deity, Skode. Or at least that's what I think. I came across it when I was traveling up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. And I just slowly learned over time how to use its power. And it allows me to shift my reflection from one to the other. I don't quite know how to explain it, but it was something that was shown to me.
That is very interesting. May I look at it?
Yeah. And trusting Barrel, he hands it.
She takes it in both hands and just rubs her finger across the obsidian. This is a beautiful stone. And did you say there's something carved into it?
That's the amulet,
Okay,
which is dangling from his belt.
gotcha. She might ask about that later, but right now she's just dwarfing out about the cool rock. You found it in the the land of the Mammoth Lords? Is this not obsidian?
It is.
Interesting.
Yes. Now, how it came to be? What volcano or creature or spell created this? I know not. I just came across it in my travels. Under the ground, hunting creatures. But it was the first esoteric implement that I ever found. And it changed things for me. My powers grew out from there. But it all started with this stone.
Well, if you do believe in Skod, there is a strong possibility it could have been forged with an ancient dragon's breath.
It could be. There are many, many mysteries in this world. A lot of them under the ground, as you know.
And Beryl will just smile. You did very well, Harold. I apologize that we were not able to keep you up, as it were.
You win some, you lose some. It's all part of the hunt. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And there wouldn't be no point.
So you are defined by your struggle, then?
You could say that. What's the point of taking down an easy prey when you can find something that might match your own skills? Something that is apex, to hope that you are too.
I suppose I can see your logic, but for me, I'd rather exist peacefully, as it were.
Just imagine finding the biggest mushroom, you know? How happy would you be then?
I'd be very happy, but most big mushrooms don't try to eat or kill me in the process.
If I know one thing about finding big mushrooms, you gotta dive deep, and the other creatures there just might. So you take your own risks.
Beryl will just nod.
Thank you for healing me, by the way.
Oh, of course, anytime. This is something that I find therapeutic. Sometimes mending, sometimes destroying. There needs to be a... this is corny, but a balance.
Absolutely. Something to live by. Well, that thing sure hit like a brick shithouse, so we should probably get the fuck out of here before it comes back. You ever seen something like this black stuff on the ground over here? Let me take a look at that.
If there's one thing I know about it, it's that it's black goo.
And that's gonna be a 31 esoteric lore.
Yeah, you're pretty sure, especially down underground here, that this is something related to a black pudding, which is something that, well, no one in this party encountered before, but not in this dungeon anyway. But it appears to be one that has been defeated by something else. Because if you look around, you notice there was like a starkness to the tunnel as you came closer to the Gogateth, and in this area it is clean. The cavern walls are so clean of anything but rock. So clearly there was something here consuming all of the extra bits and details and any lichen or mold or mushroom of any kind. But this is a completely inert, dead, as it were, pile or patch of black pudding goo. I wouldn't touch it if I were you, though.
I've seen something like this before, but this one's inert, is dead, and he kicks a stone into it. Just don't touch it.
I will trust your advice. I do believe that the doors to the south, why are there no handles on it?
Maybe they're push.
Looks like they need a key.
Push. Such a concept. Dwarven doors only pull.
That can't be true.
Why not?
Nick, you want to take a look at that there lock?
Before he does, Ruff will pop off of a detect magic.
Pop off, baby.
I'll pop it off. You don't detect any magic on the door.
You are safe, Nick. I detect no magics.
Well, I don't know about safe, but and he will check it out. Thievery, perhaps.
Yeah. You're a master in thievery.
I am a master of thievery.
All right, roll me a check.
31.
Not only does that not succeed, it really, really tells you that this is a very complex lock. And by complex, I mean you were nearly critically failing with a 31.
Oh, Jesus.
And you would need to succeed 6 times to unlock it.
Well, this is far beyond my abilities and beyond even a good dwarven push. We may need to go on the lookout for this key.
Very, very well. Rafa, you... I feel like we kind of pushed you into this last one. Would you like to go back, or would you like to continue?
The lens is my primary concern. If we cannot get through this door with finesse or force, perhaps it is time to continue towards the lake. Is there anything on the doors, like other than the stone and the brass lock?
No, it's just they're made of like green and black stone, and it's just the oxidized bronze lock. That's it. No handles, no nothing, no iconography.
Can I do a nature check on the stone? Like, does the stone look different than our current like geological formations?
Sure.
Can I roll a mining lore?
Ooh.
It's a natural 20 for a 32.
Oh, natural 20. So you can see that, like, so it seems to be like a black stone that's streaked with a greenish hue to it. Like, you're not, at first, like, it almost looked like it was like some sort of blend, but like maybe the black stone is letting off a greenish hue. It's kind of nauseating when you get up close in a way. And there's something very, very ancient about its structure. I think you don't quite know, even with a natural 20, you don't quite know what this stone is. But you get the feeling that how old it is really something. It earmarks the beyond the scope. There's an ancientness to this door and whatever it's made from and how it's made that is like beyond the knowledge you could acquire, except for the fact you're the fucking Shaika.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Fuck.
And
Okay,
Lord
roll me an
Nimbeloth.
Abomination Vaults lore.
Okay,
Get him.
that's 24. You can say it's beyond memory. Like that's fine.
No, yeah, you think you are at the entrance and or edge of what Belcora found here. The reason she built the gauntlet above this, whatever this is what she built it above, a shrine, a temple of some kind that was here long before she ever was, anyone ever was. You've come across a structure. I can't remember if I told you any hints about who may have built it, but I'll go ahead and say it now. This is like long enough ago when serpent folk ruled the world, which is in Galarian lore
That's fucking old.
a fucking long time ago. This would have been, pre-Earthfall, and definitely pre the Isle of Kortos being raised from the ocean,
Jesus.
which was raised by Arodin himself. This is very, very fucking old. And it is for that reason that it is so foreign to you.
So Ruff steps up and puts his paw on this door as he's examining the stone. Closes his eyes to kind of go back and try and navigate some of these foreign memories, these invasive minds that exist within him currently. And you all see his hair like visibly stand up, like just. And he turns around and he is afraid, like sheer fear. This is beyond the knowledge that the Shaika possesses. This stone, this chiseling, this work. It is outside the knowledge of the deity within me. It's ancient. Before time was time. This is the direction we must go. But friends, we are not ready yet. There is a key to be found, lenses to be found, but these will need to be cleansed. These doors are my purpose, to see the other side. I can feel it tearing, screaming in my soul. And I want so badly for it to stop.
And that's what we're going to call it. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.